everyone, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 4 of Reputation Rebuild at Aberdeen with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. So in today's episode, we were due to be playing Rangers in the Scottish Premiership, but actually, instead, we'll be playing them in the BetFred Cup Final. Yes, we've made a cup final. Not the most prestigious competition, but it's a trophy nonetheless, and it's one I now want to win. So can we do it? Let's find out. So, welcome back to Aberdeen. It's all about winning that trophy for today. But before we do that, we're just going to check in with the league table and show you exactly where we are, because there's a decision on the horizon, it feels like to me. We are sitting in third place again, a long way behind Rangers and Celtic again. And we are in the third and final season of this particular series. This was a series of my Reputation Rebuild to see if we could put Aberdeen back on top within 3 seasons. And it's really not going to happen. We're currently 18 points behind Rangers. We've got a couple of games in hand on them, and we still have to play them 3 times this season in the league. But the big problem that we've got is even if we were to beat them in today's cup final, we have yet to beat them in the league in the first 2 seasons. And we haven't looked like beating Celtic this season, let alone Rangers. So this feels like it's almost at the point where we can't achieve this. Is there a point to continue and finish the season? Now, that's a decision that I'm going to leave down to you guys. Currently, what I'm saying, excuse me, is that I will carry on. But if at any point in the next couple of days, I get enough comments in the comments below saying, no, let's do something else. Let's go and do a different series. Because this one's done, then that's the decision we'll go with. So it's up to you guys to get involved and let me know in the chat. For now, I'm carrying on, but it's kind of done, it feels like. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to reel that sort of 18-point gap in. But anyway, that's for you to figure out. Let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you want to do, whether you want to finish this one off or whether you just want to jump into something different. And we'll have to see where we go from there. But for today, it's all about trying to win another trophy with Aberdeen. And it's the BetFred Cup this time round. So hopefully we can put another trophy on the shelf. But it is against the mighty Rangers. So we'll have to see how we get on. So here we go. So just to let you know, the reason that we haven't talked about our transfers this month, should I say, in the January transfer window so far this episode is quite simply because there haven't been any. None have gone out, none have come in. It's kind of what I expected. We haven't got the finances to really be doing anything else. So we're just continuing on with what we've got. We did a bit of an overhaul in the summer as much as we could. And that's as much as I've got to work with. So there won't be any coming in, I don't think. We've also got a couple of injuries today. Demir, our left fullback option, rotating option really these days. And Delap, our number 1 striker for this season so far, overall. They're both out of today. Demir has got an injury for the next 8 days. And Delap has got an injury for the next 5 weeks, which is a real problem. I mean, we've got good backup in Nisbet and Shankland, but Delap was doing pretty well for us. If we go and check his numbers out so far this season, he's got 12 in 11 starts, 12 goals in 11 starts. So you can see that he's doing fairly well for us. It doesn't mean the others aren't doing okay also. If we go and have a look in on Nisbet, you can see he's got 12 in 12 himself. And let's go and have a look at Shankland as well. Played a bit part so far this season, but now is going to get much more game time. And he's already got 1 goal plus 2 assists in the 3 starts that he's had. So you can see that we're good for strikers. So it's not too bad, but it is unfortunate when we don't have that opportunity to rotate them all and keep them all fresh as much as I'd like. But anyway, those are the only issues that we've got in terms of personnel. Everybody else is pretty much fit and healthy. So the team that I've gone with for today's BetFred Cup Final against Rangers is Lewis in goal, Hernandez at right back, Heise at left back, Kerr and Finlay in central defence, Gruick, McCrory and Bate, struggled to get through those 3 in midfield. Elliott on the right, Middleton on the left and Nisbet up top with a bench of Lonwick, Ramsey, Ferguson, Campbell, McLennan, Johnston and Shankland. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So there's certainly no point in suggesting that we are anything other than big underdogs for today's match, really, against Rangers. So I've gone with the we've got nothing to lose, let's show everybody how good we are type of team talk, just to try and put some morale into the team a little bit, really. And just understanding that, as I say, we are second favourites here. Rangers, top of the league by an absolute mile from us, really, are going to be a very hard nut to crack. But we've got to give it our best shot. So here we go into the game and see if early doors we can be competitive with them. Just whilst we're starting the game, don't forget that I'm now on twitch.tv/the United City FM every weekday from about 3 p.m. UK time. Sometimes it's a little earlier, sometimes a little later. Just depends on what's going around us here. But that's now happening regularly on a weekday basis, and the support over there has been fantastic for the last few weeks in really pushing up the numbers and getting a good core group of people together that come together every afternoon and just go and play some Football Manager at the moment at AC Milan. So come and join us for that and get involved in the chat over there. That would be fantastic to see you over in the United City FM on Twitch. But here, it's a good job I had that to tell you, really, because 30 minutes in, nothing's happened at all. We've had some shots at goal, they've had some shots at goal, and none of them have been good enough to show on a highlight at all. Are we going to get one of our famous first half displays where literally nothing is happening and there's nothing to watch at all? 45 minutes gone, 3 minutes of added time in the first half, and there we go. Literally no highlights, nothing happened. This is great, fantastic, awesome Football Manager content for you. But there we go. At least we're competing, I would suggest. That's not too bad, really. We've had more of the ball. We've had a better expected goals ratio. And we've actually done pretty well with putting our shots on target. It just seems like our shots weren't particularly solid, good scoring opportunities in the first place because we didn't see any of them. There we go. Half-time, 0-0. Can't really complain too much about that against Rangers. That's not too bad. Now we have to find a way to try and move it forward into this second half. That's always a bit tricky when we feel like we've got a little bit of momentum on our side. So let's go with outstretched arms. I'm delighted with the performance so far. Keep it up. Really put it into them that we are competing well. We're doing good stuff. We need to continue doing that. And then we'll go into the shouts and we'll demand more from them in this second half. Just push them on the front foot, hopefully. We're sitting in the positive mentality in our current setup of 4-2-3-1. No, 4-3-3. Which way around are we doing it these days? 4-3-3. And it's going okay. 61 minutes in, we are still in this game. That Rangers have come back into it again in this second half. You can see they've had a few more shots at goal. And to be honest, we haven't really in this second half so far. 70 minutes in, time to make a couple of changes potentially. Or do we maybe just leave them out there, continuing to play the way they are? There's a couple of very low ratings, though. That's the problem, isn't it? Bate is on a 6.5. Nisbet on a 6.4 up top. So there's a couple of people there on yellow cards as well. I think we're going to have to change these things around just to give ourselves a chance in the last 20 minutes. So Nisbet comes out. Shanklin goes in. We're going to put Campbell in for Bate. And we are going to put Lonwick in for... which way round? Finlay, I think. So Kerr stays in. I think that's the way we're going to do it. The rest of them, whilst there's going to be some tired legs by the end of the game, they're coping pretty well with the situation of the game so far. So we're just going to go straight back in. And as soon as we do, we'll go into the shouts and fire them up for the last sort of 15 minutes of the match. Again, just to try and keep them pushing forward and not letting the performance slip in this latter stages. We haven't seen anything happen. Oh, for goodness sake. We're in a cup final. I want content to make. I want stuff to make good content with. And we've literally seen nothing. And it's the end of the match. And now we have to go into extra time where nothing will happen there as well, probably. Oh, boy. It's good, isn't it? I assure you, I've got highlights selected so they can show them me if they want to. There we go. Sometimes this stuff is just ridiculous. Anyway, we are still doing pretty well. We're still in this game at the end of 90 minutes. How do we now get something out of them in this extra time period? I think we'll go pump the fist. We've been the better team. Go out there and do whatever, because I think actually we've done pretty well to be still in this game so far. So let's just go and see if we can make one extra change, because we're now in extra time and we have got some very, very tired legs. So let's see if we can bring Johnston on for Middleton, for example, and we can. So that's that kind of done. We are now at full capacity. The rest are just going to have to struggle through, but I would suggest it must be the same for Rangers as well. They must be pretty much some of them out on their feet as well. We'll check in with that. Yeah, there's a couple in their attacking midfield and their central midfield that are struggling as well. So we're matching up fairly favourable to them, really. And let's just see if we can find any way of breaking their back line. But we have a highlight, folks. I know this is a rare occasion, but we do have a highlight. And so far it's for us, but Rangers have now turned over the ball and have got it back and given it straight back to us. So Gruick sends it back into Kerr. And again, we move forward down the right-hand side. Hernandez into the box. Takes a chance at goal. It opened up for him, but unfortunately it was straight at the keeper. Corner comes in though, and they do get it partially cleared. Are we going to win the loose ball? We do. Gruic wins the loose ball, and then the highlight goes again. And is that the one that we'll never see anymore again? Who knows? But we're coming up to half-time in extra time, and it remains very, very close. I mean, we're matching them stride for stride and having a little bit more possession than they are as well. But we just can't breach the back line to get a decent effort at goal and potentially put it in the back of the net. So we're going to go all out for this. We're going to go into attacking for the last few minutes because we are competitive, because we are achieving stuff. Rangers on the ball now will cause us all sorts of problems. That was a good try, a good attempt, but they were offside. I did think to myself when it went through, maybe that's offside, but there we go. 115 minutes in, 5 minutes to go, and we are still in this game. And now the substitute that we brought on has been injured. How long's he going to be out for, do we think? Potential foot injury. Mikey Johnston out of the game. And I don't think we can make a fifth substitution, but we might as well just try, just in case I'm being a derp. Nope, we cannot. I didn't think we could. We are going to have to go in basically with 10 men. That's what we're going to have to do. Oh boy, only a couple of minutes left though, so if we can get it through to the lottery that is penalty shootouts, then that's not too bad. It gives us a chance, but there is maybe one last chance in this, but it's not for us potentially. We've just given the ball away again, and it is going to be Rangers down the left-hand side. Is this going to be a sucker punch? And it really is. 2 minutes from the end of the game, as we've lost a player to injury that's only been on the field a few minutes himself, and they managed to sucker punch us. Good movement. They've got that extra man now down that left-hand side for them, though they pick up the ball. A good cross in. The extra man is not in defence, and the defence did not cover themselves in glory there at all. They were a little bit flat-footed, and the striker reacted better than we did. And for goodness sake, after all of that, Rangers go and nick it 1-0 with like 2 minutes to go of that extra time period. And they beat us for a trophy. This is the problem when you come up against Rangers. They're so blooming hard to beat in this particular division. I reckon give Aberdeen another 2 seasons, 3 seasons, we could definitely get there, because we are incrementally improving all the time. But they're so hard to beat. Anyway, there you go. There's a cup final done for you. A really disappointing end to what was an incredibly dull game to watch, but a very, very close-knit affair to manage. There we go. Anyway, done and dusted. Rangers eventually win the trophy. Fair play to them. We didn't have the luck on our side, so we move on. So Mikey Johnston's injury isn't too bad. Couple of weeks, so it could have been a lot worse than that. I feared the worst, to be honest, but it's only going to be a couple of weeks, so we can just about make it through without him for that period of time. But of course, the question still remains, having just lost to Rangers again, we've never ever taken any points off them so far, I don't believe. But we've got to make the choice of whether we continue on or not. The plan is for next episode to play Celtic in this early part of February, so I can update you on absolutely nothing that happens in the January transfer window as well. And then we've still got Rangers to play 3 times in the run-in as well before the league splits off and we have to play them again at another point as well. So 4 games against Rangers, we've never beaten them. We're going to have to basically win all 4 to get anywhere near the title this season, in this last season of this particular save. I don't think we can do it, but we can certainly give it a go if you want us to. So let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to know what you have to say about it, because that will make my decision for me. But potentially we'll be back next episode on Wednesday of this week with a match against Celtic at home in the Scottish Premiership. So maybe you'll join me for that. I hope you will. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate your you journeying with me on this Aberdeen series. But until next time, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and join my United City community. The more the merrier. Click that like button on this particular episode. That will help me get seen by lots more people, helps the YouTube algorithms. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.